Representative Chung, I see this legislation states that the task force shall, quote, be charged with assessing the feasibility of implementing policies focused on reducing the cost of living and enhancing the economic well-being of middle class and modest income families, and lists various policies. The first policy listed is elimination of state taxes on tipped wages. So do you believe that no tax on tips is going to help middle class families keep more of their hard-earned money?
Although President Trump included no tax on tips in his budget bill, it will not benefit actually waiters, servers, or bartenders, only those who itemize their taxes. No tax on tips is a good idea, but it's not being executed very well in Washington, and the task force intends to take good ideas and turn them into practical policies that will help working families across the state.
So you're going to take that federal idea and implement it here in Illinois?
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, again, it's a task force where we're going to be able to look at.
The next policy listed is an elimination of state taxes on tipped, the next policy is no taxes on overtime pay. Do you believe that will help middle-class families?
I will give the same answer that I just said. Again, we believe that maybe it's a good policy. It's probably not being executed well in Washington. So then again, this is something that we can look at as a task force.
As is common knowledge here in Illinois, we have pending increases of up to 20% on our consumer utility bills this summer. Do you think controlling consumer utility prices will enhance the economic well-being of modest income families?
Can you repeat that question again? I'm sorry.
Do you think controlling consumer utility prices will enhance the economic well-being of modest income families?
I think what's really clear is that, you know, there's been lots of news out there saying that the prices are going to spike this summer. Again, these are things we're just looking at all the possibilities are on the table of what we can do to reduce costs for families.
Okay. U.S. prescription costs are on average 3 times higher than prices paid by other countries around the world. Earlier this month, the Trump administration issued an EO to encourage drug manufacturers to offer, quote, most favored nation pricing. Would you agree that this order will help make prescription drugs more affordable and accessible to Illinoisans?
President Biden before actually did have caps on things like that on prescription drugs. So again, those are great ideas that have been, you know, who knows what's going to be happening with Washington, as we've seen that some of the follow-through or the execution might have left much left to be desired.
Thank you for supporting the administration's policies. To the bill, while I'm not in support of spending precious time and resources on a task force, I'd suggest that any member who does vote in favor of this resolution ought not to vote for any budget that includes a tax increase. Bad Illinois policy has been costing families more for decades. To blame this on the Trump administration is disingenuous. I'd be glad to see the state of Illinois implement policies suggested by President Trump, many of which led to his landslide victory by the American people, desperate for common sense. Thank you.